Knight was born in Atlanta to Merald Woodlow Knight Sr., a postal worker, and Sarah Elizabeth. She has a sister, Brenda, one living brother, Merald Bubba Knight Jr., and one deceased brother, David Billy Knight. At the age of 8, she emerged as the winner of Ted Mack's The Original Amateur Hour TV show contest on July 1, 1952. In that same year, Gladys, her brother Bubba, sister Brenda, and their cousins Eleanor and William Guest began performing together during Bubba's 10th birthday celebration after a record player malfunctioned. Subsequently, the quintet decided to form a group at the suggestion of Gladys' mother Elizabeth Knight. The group adopted the name the Pips, inspired by the nickname of their cousin James Pip Woods. Brenda and Eleanor later departed from the group. In 1961, the quintet released the single Letter Full of Tears, which became another top 40 hit in early 1962. Following the release of several singles on Fury Records, Langston George departed from the group in 1962. In the same year, Knight departed from the group to start a family with musician and husband Jimmy Newman. Gladys Knight the Pips joined the Motown Records roster in 1966. Initially with only 3 hits to their credit: Every Beat of My Heart, Giving Up, and Letter Full of Tears. Despite being considered a second-string act by the label at first, they went on to score several major hit singles, including I Heard It Through the Grapevine, 1967, The Nitty Gritty, 1969, Friendship Train, 1969, If I Were Your Woman, 1970, I Don't Want to Do Wrong, 1971. The Grammy Award-winning Neither One of Us Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye, 1972, and Daddy Could Swear, I Declare, 1973. During their early Motown career, they toured as the opening act for Diana Ross and the Supremes, but eventually left Motown for a better deal with Buddha Records in 1973. Their mainstream success soared with hits such as the Grammy-winning Midnight Train to Georgia, I've Got to Use My Imagination, The Way We Were, Try to Remember, and Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. In 1974, they recorded the soundtrack to the film Claudine with producer Curtis Mayfield. The group was particularly successful in Europe, with several of their singles becoming hits in the UK several years after their release in the US. Despite legal issues forcing them to record separately in the late 1970s, Knight's first solo recordings emerged, followed by collaborations with Johnny Mathis and signing with Columbia Records in 1980. In 1983, they scored another hit with Save the Overtime, For Me, reaching number 1 on the R&B chart. Following their final LP together, All Our Love, 1987, and a successful tour, the Pips retired, allowing Knight to pursue her solo career. They were subsequently inducted into several halls of fame, including the Georgia Music Hall of Fame in 1989, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996, and the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2001. While still with the Pips, Gladys Knight joined Dionne Warwick, Stevie Wonder, and Elton John on the 1985 AIDS benefit single, That's What Friends Are For, a triple #1 mega hit, which won a Grammy for Best Pop Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal. Knight also shared the stage with Dionne Warwick and Patti LaBelle for the 1986 HBO special Sisters in the Name of Love. On March 27, 1988, she performed a rendition of America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 4 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. In 1989, she recorded License to Kill, the title track for the James Bond film of the same name, a top 10 hit in the UK and Germany. In 1991, Knight released her third and most successful solo LP, Good Woman, on MCA. It hit number 1 on the R&B album chart, featured the number 2 R&B hit Men, and reached number 45 on the main Billboard album chart. The album also featured Superwoman, written by Babyface and featuring Dionne Warwick and Patti LaBelle. The track was nominated for a Grammy. Knight and LaBelle collaborated the same year on I Don't Do Duets, for LaBelle's album Burnin'. Also in 1991, Knight performed the national anthem at Game 1 of the World Series. Her fourth solo album, Just For You, went gold and was nominated for the 1995 Grammy Award for Best R&B Album. Knight created and directs the Mormon-themed choir Saints Unified Voices. SUV has released a Grammy Award-winning CD titled One Voice, and occasionally performs at LDS church firesides. In April 2004, Knight co-headlined VH1's benefit concert Divas Live 2004 alongside Ashanti, Cyndi Lauper, Jessica Simpson, Joss Stone, Debbie Harry, and Patti LaBelle, in support of the Save the Music Foundation. In 2005, a duet between Knight and Ray Charles of You Were There was released on Charles Duet's album Genius Friends. In 2008, Knight appeared alongside Chaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, and Diana Ross at the Divas with Heart concert in aid of cardiac research, at New York's Radio City Hall. Also in 2008, she, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., and Ben Stiller performed on American Idol to raise money for charity. In 2009, Knight sang His Eye is on the Sparrow and the Lord's Prayer at the funeral service for Michael Jackson. In September 2011, a new, updated recording of Shirley Bassey's 1960s classic I Who Have Nothing was released on iTunes and Amazon. In 2013, Knight recorded the Lenny Kravitz written and produced song You and I Ain't Nothin' No More for the soundtrack from Lee Daniels' motion picture The Butler. The song was added to the movie's soundtrack of older songs with various artists so the producers could nominate it for Best Song from a Motion Picture category at the Academy Awards. Regarding her acting career, Knight made her debut as the lead in the 1976 film Pipe Dreams, earning her a Golden Globe Award nomination for New Star of the Year, Actress. In 2003, she had a small role in the movie Hollywood Homicide, starring Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett. In 2009, Knight was featured in Tyler Perry's I Can Do Bad All By Myself, performing her song The Need to Be from the 1974 album I Feel a Song. Gladys Knight has had a significant personal life marked by marriages, children, and various challenges. At the age of 16, she became pregnant and married James Jimmy Newman, a fellow musician, in 1960. Unfortunately, they faced difficulties as Newman struggled with drug addiction, leading to their separation in 1973 after over 12 years of marriage. Together, they had 2 children, James Jimmy Gaston Newman III, born in 1962, and Kenya Maria Newman, born in November 1963. After the divorce, Knight married Barry Hankerson in 1974, and they had a son, Shanga Ali Hankerson, born in 1976. The marriage ended in 1979, accompanied by a custody battle over their son. Knight faced a challenging period when her son was kidnapped, spending over $1 million in the search. In 1995, Knight married Les Brown, a motivational speaker, but the marriage ended in divorce in 1997. She went through a gambling addiction in the late 1980s, seeking help from Gamblers Anonymous to overcome the habit. Knight's spiritual journey involved a shift from being a Baptist and later a Catholic to being baptized into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 1997. Her children had also joined the LDS Church, and she played a role in the formation of the Grammy Award-winning Saints Unified Voices Gospel Music Choir. Knight's son, Jimmy Newman, managed her career until his death from heart failure in 1999. In 2001, she married William McDowell, and the couple resides in Fairview, North Carolina. They own a community center, the former Reynolds High School in Canton, attended by McDowell. Knight has actively participated in charitable events, including raising $400,000 for the Children's Learning Centers of Fairfield County in 2017. Her life reflects resilience and adaptability in the face of personal and professional challenges.